Chargeable expenses comes under prime cost. Chargeable expenses are direct expenses like carriage. Whatever the answer you got under prime cost will add back to your factory. Whatever answer you got in factory will add back to office. Hello everyone, I am your Adarsh sir, lecturer in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. So we are in the topic called cost accounting. Under cost accounting, we are doing what? Cost sheet. In the previous session, completely we learned the cost sheet format. As I told you, what was your homework? Cost sheet format, without seeing the answer, you have to write. If you are written, that means you can understand the problems easily. Now, so in today's session, we are in the fourth session of your cost accounting. In today's session, the agenda will be very simple. Problems on cost sheet. And we will solve only one problem on cost sheet today. The topic is very simple. The problem what we are going to do today. So this is not exactly your exam oriented problem. Why? Because first two problems will go little basic problems. So if you have 100% adjustment means out of 100% we will solve around 60% of your actual adjustment. First two problems, it is only 60% of your exam oriented questions. Now, so that if you understand the format, the method and how to solve cost sheet, so that whatever additional adjustment will come, just it is a add back to the normal problem. Now, in this will be your question. As per the format, again I'll go back to your format. So I don't have format here. I'll give you a brief idea about that. So in the format, what will come? The first thing will be all the direct expenses like direct material, add opening stock, add purchases, add carriage inward. So what you will get if you do everything? So you will get raw material consumed. Any doubt up to this? So just it is a recall or just it is what we discussed in the previous session. Just I am going about that. Now raw material consumed you got. For this what you will add? So in this first you have to deduct closing stock of raw material, add direct labor, add direct expenses. So if you do this much, what you will get? You will get prime cost. Hope you understood. So very simple. Your direct material plus opening stock plus purchases plus your carriage inward, you will get raw material consumed. From that, you have to minus your closing stock. So after deducting closing stock, after deducting only you will get your raw material consumed. Later, your direct labor and direct expenses you have to add back. So you will get your prime cost. Once you got your prime cost, what is the next step? Prime cost, add factory expenses, or else we can call it as factory overhead. In this, we take all the factory overhead. If there are any opening stock of work in progress, we will add minus closing stock of work in progress. You will get work cost. This is your second step. So once you got your work cost, what you will do? You will add all office and administration overhead. You will add what? All the office expenses. For that, add opening stock of finished goods minus closing stock of finished goods. If you do everything, cost of production you will get. Clear? Yes. After that, add all the selling and distribution expenses. Finally, you will get cost of sales. So, this is a small recap of your format. Now, you can go back to your previous session so that the exact format I have given. Now, once if it is done, add profit, you will get sales. This is all about your format. Now, we'll come back to your problem. As I told you, everything you will not get. As I told you, it is a simple problem compared to your exam problem. Exam also it is easy only, but we made it more easy. This will be your problem number 1. How to do this problem? Simple one in this. Direct material. So, before prime cost, I'll mention as prime cost. Direct material we write in the first step. Productive wages in the prime cost, before prime cost. I'll classify as prime cost, factory overhead, office and administration overhead, selling and distribution overhead. So we have 4 parts. These things, whether it will come under prime cost, factory expenses, administration overhead or selling and distribution overhead. Because while doing problem, it will be easy for you. Then, chargeable expenses comes under prime cost. Chargeable expenses are direct expenses like carriage. Next, depreciation on plant. If depreciation is on plant, it will come under factory overhead. Plant is used when? Where the machineries are kept, we call it as plant. The place where machineries are installed. So, whatever depreciation charge, directly it will go to what? Factory expenses. Then, depreciation on office building comes under administration overhead. Any depreciation on office building will come under administration. As I told you, in the format you will get around 10 or 12 items. But in your question paper, hardly you will get 2 or 3 expenses. So that in the format I have given you everything. It is not that your problem is so big. So in the problem I have given everything. But in your question paper, they will not ask you everything. Few things only you need to remember. Then, rent office building. Office building comes under administration overhead. Factory building comes under factory overhead. Hope you are getting what I am doing now. Now, salary. Have they mentioned salary for factory or office? They have not mentioned. If it is not mentioned, means in the factory they give indirect wages, but salary normally gives in office. So, office and administration overhead. General expenses, administration overhead. Carriage outward, as I told you, outward means what? Any transportation of goods from one shop to another shop, from wholesaler to retailer, from retailer to customer. All these transportation we call it as carriage outward, outside the premises. It comes under selling and distribution overhead. It comes under selling and distribution overhead. Next, salesman commission. Salesman commission comes under where? Selling and distribution. Selling and distribution. Then, indirect wages. Indirect wages comes under factory. Remember, direct wages comes under prime cost. Indirect wages will come under factory. Factory overhead. Then, advertisement comes under where? Where advertisement starts? When you start selling the goods, then advertisement will start. where we will do, we will write it in selling and distribution. Selling and distribution. And the last one is sales. So sales they have given directly. If sales is given, then we should find out profit. If profit is given, then we should find out sales. Remember this. Now, please take screenshot of this so that I have written all the hint in front of your question. In the beginning, 2-3 problems will follow this so that you will be familiar with which comes under what. After 2-3 problems, then professionally will go like directly will go with the format and fill. But now we are in the learning stage. Learn like this, because now general expenses, you are doing first problem, you may not knowing that general expenses will come under office, but after 3 or 4 problems, if you find general expenses, directly you will say that, sir, it will go to office. Carriage outward, sir, it will go to selling and distribution. Salesman, sir, it will come for sales, selling and distribution. So if you do 2-3 problems, you will be familiar with all the words. Okay, please take screenshot of this. We'll continue. Hope you have taken screenshot. Now we'll go for the answer. As I told you, the same format we will follow, but will not write the complete format. Whatever information is available, according to that, we'll reduce the format. Because in this problem, they have not asked anything about opening stock of raw material, closing stock, opening stock of finished goods, closing stock, opening stock of work in progress, closing stock of work in progress. Nothing they have asked. So we will not write those things. We directly will go for simplest format. Now, first format, direct material, productive wages. Productive wages, it is nothing but direct wages. Now, your chargeable expenses. We don't have carriage, we don't have opening stock, we don't have closing stock of raw material. Now, as per this, add everything. What you will get? You will get prime cost. Clear? I'll go back to your question. Direct material 70,000. Productive wages, I have mentioned, PC means prime cost. Productive wages 54. Chargeable expenses 26. We'll check now. 70 plus 54 plus 26, it will come around 1,50,000. So what is the total? So the prime cost will be 70 plus 54, it is 124 plus 26, it will be 150. As per the format, cost per unit is missing. Cost per unit will not do it now. Cost per unit will do after 4 or 5 problems. Now, you got your prime cost. We'll go further now. Next will be what? Your factory overhead. Factory overhead also we call it as works overhead. So you can write it as factory overhead. Factory overhead. It is left to you. You can write factory expense also, factory overhead also, works overhead also. Anything you can write. Now, after this, factory overhead. So what will come? We'll go back to your question. Which are the things we marked? Those things will come under factory overhead. As per the question, depreciation on plant and machinery, how much? 4,500. Is there anything factory? Yes. Factory building rent, it is 10,500. What are the things I am marking now? Those are factory. Is there anything? Yes. Indirect wages we have, how much it is? 1,500. Now, out of these things, 1, 2, 3, we have regarding factory overhead. We'll come back to that. Works overhead, also we call it as I told you, factory overhead. Now, depreciation on plant and machinery, 1. Rent of factory building, 2. Indirect wages, 3. What is the total? 10,000 plus 4, 14,000 plus 1, 15,000. 15,000, 16,500. So, it will be how much? 16,500. See, 16,500. Now, we'll add whatever prime cost you got. For that, you should add 16. Why this column is just to do working note. Now, if you have more than 2 or 3 items, add everything. The total will be taken in the outer column. Hope you understood up to this. 16,500 we have taken. Add everything. 1,50,000 plus 16,500. The total will be 1,66,500. It is cumulative. As I told you, your whole format I made it break in your explaining format. Now, everything we are doing together. Whatever the answer you got under prime cost, will add back to your factory. Whatever answer you got in factory, will add back to office. Whatever answer you got under office, will add back to selling and distribution. Whatever answer you got in selling and distribution, everything together we call it as total cost or cost of sales. Up to this, any doubt? So, what is this? Work cost. Now, what you have to do, you have to take a screenshot of this so that our first part is completed. Next, we are continuing, or it is a continuation of your same problem. Now, once you're done with factory overhead, what is the next one? Office and administration overhead. What is the next one? Office and administration overhead. Next one, administration overhead. Administration overhead. Under this, again we'll go back, we'll check. As per the question, we'll see how many items we marked as office and administration. In this, so everything belongs to prime cost. This factory, yes. Office building, we have 2,750. Is there anything? Rent of office building, 3,250. Yes. General salary and general expenses, 5,800, 1,200. 1, 2, 3, 4. So which are the items I'm mentioning in blue? All belongs to office and administration. It is very simple. They have given everything in a box. Just you have to segregate which goes to factory, which goes to office, which goes to selling and distribution, which goes to prime cost. Simple. Now, general expenses, it is done. Is there anything? No. So, 2,750, 3,250, 5,800, 1,200. Now, in this, total is how much? We'll check. 3 plus 2, 5, 6,000 plus 5, 11, 12, it is 13,000. We'll check in the answer. Now, see, your administration or office expenses, we have taken this. Total, we have taken 4 items. What is the total of 4 items? 13,000. What was your previous total? 1,66,500. Now, for 1,66,500, add this 13,000, you will get 1,79,500. Hope you understood. Clear? Yes. 1,79,500. Now, up to this, what we did, that is called cost of production. We are not calculating anything like your opening stock of work in progress, closing stock of work in progress. Why? Because it is not given in the question. Now, so up to this, hope there is no doubt. It was easy? Yes. And the next also, it is easy only. Now, we're done with cost of production. What is the next process? The next process will be selling and distribution expenses. Selling and distribution expenses. Now, under selling and distribution overhead, again I'll go back to question. We'll check which are the items comes under selling and distribution. As per this, we have carriage outward, 2,100. Then salesman commission 4,400. Advertisement, it is 2,500. 1, 2 and 3. How many items we have? Total we have 3. So it will be 2,100, 4,400 and the last one is 2,500. What is the total? 2 plus 4, 6 plus 2, 8. 8 means it will be 9,000. What is your selling and distribution? 9,000. We'll go back to your answer. So, selling and distribution, we have taken 3 of this. 2,100 as carriage inward, 4,400 as salesman commission and 2,500 as advertisement. Add everything, you will get 9,000. That will be your selling and distribution expenses. Hope you understood up to this. Now, what we should do? We should go back to your previous total. What was your previous total? 1,79,500. Add this 9,000. What is your total? 1,88,500. Understood? Yes. Your answer is 1,88,500. Clear? Yes. Now, 1,88,500 we got. Now, for this, have they given profit in the question? We'll go back to your question. As I told you, what is the concept? You have to add everything. You will get total cost. For that, you should add profit and total cost plus profit. It will be your sales. In this question, what they have done means total cost we calculated just now. So 1,88,500 is your total cost we calculated. Profit, it is not given in the question. Then sales, it is given in the question 2,16,000. Now, so simplify this. Total cost, add profit, you will get sales. There is a format. Now, as per, we'll go with the example. Now, we know total cost is 80. Example I am giving. Total cost, we only calculated, assume that it is 80. In the question itself, they have given sales. Assumption, it is 100. So, total cost how much? 80. We calculated. Sales how much? 100. It is given in the question. What is the profit now? How to calculate? It is very simple. We know sales is 100. You know cost is 80. 100 minus 80. Your answer is 20. Any doubt? 100 minus 80. Your answer is 20. Similarly, in this problem, we know sales. We calculated cost. Sales minus cost is your profit. We'll go back. You know sales, it is 2,16,000. You calculated cost. You know the cost, you know the sales. How to find out profit? Simple. 2,16,000 minus your cost 1,88,500. This will be sales. This will be total cost and your answer will be 27,500. This is profit. Hope you understood. Sales cost given means profit will be the difference. If profit also given means sales not given, cost plus profit is your sales. Hope you are clear. Yes? Yeah. How come you got 27,500? That is a working note. Remember. So, this will be your working note. So, this is your sales. This is your cost. This is your profit. Profit we calculated. Remember, 27,500 we calculated. Don't find 27,500 in the question. So it is we calculated. It is balancing figure. Clear? Yes. This is all about your first problem on cost sheet. So first problem, make it best. Work out at home once again. I'll go back to your answers so that you can take screenshots. This will be your question. You already taken. This will be your answer, first part. This is your second part of your answer. Yeah. So this is all about your today's session. As I told you, please at home work out this problem without seeing answer. Again, go back to video. In the beginning, I have not marked anything on the question. You take screenshot of that. Later, you solve one problem so that you will understand better. In the next session, again, we'll come up with one more problem. Compared to this, we'll add up few adjustments so that step by step, we will learn cost sheet. Thank you.